What would you do if your best friend asked you to pretend? To be their boyfriend for just one weekend? Tyler thought it would be a simple favor. But a snowy trip to a family birthday celebration changed everything. As old feelings began to surface and a fake relationship started feeling surprisingly real, both Tyler and Stella were forced to face emotions they had hidden for years. Could one weekend change their lives forever? Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming stories. Also, tell us where you're watching from in the comments below. Now, let's get started, Tyler. Hayes was 29 years old and lived a quiet life in a small town near a lake in northern Wisconsin. He worked as an electrician, spending his days repairing damaged wiring, replacing old electrical panels, and helping people keep their homes running safely. The work was physically demanding, but Tyler never complained. He enjoyed the satisfaction of solving problems and leaving behind something better than he found it. His evenings were usually simple. He lived in a small apartment above a garage, drove an aging pickup truck, and spent many nights sitting on his porch watching the sun disappear over the lake. Although he lived alone, he rarely felt lonely. The most important person in his life had always been Stella Bennett. They had been best friends since childhood and shared nearly every major memory of their lives together. For 17 years, Tyler and Stella had remained inseparable. They survived awkward school years, family troubles, heartbreaks, and countless mistakes. Stella was the person Tyler trusted most, and he knew she felt the same about him. Over time, however, he noticed how much her relationship with Brandon had changed her. Brandon appeared charming and successful, but Tyler often saw the sadness hidden behind Stella's smiles whenever his name came up. After their breakup, she rarely talked about what happened, yet Tyler could tell she was carrying more pain than she admitted. One snowy afternoon, Stella unexpectedly arrived at his apartment carrying boxes of Chinese food. The serious expression on her face immediately caught his attention. After setting the food on the table, she sat down and asked him for a favor that left him completely speechless. Stella explained that her father's 60th birthday celebration would take place that weekend at the family lake house. Relatives from all over the state were coming, including her older brother and, unfortunately, Brandon. Even after the breakup, Brandon still had connections with her family, making his invitation unavoidable. Stella confessed she was terrified of spending the weekend surrounded by relatives who would constantly worry about her or ask questions she did not want to answer. More than anything, she dreaded seeing Brandon act as though their relationship had never caused her pain. Then she made her request. She wanted Tyler to pretend to be her boyfriend for the entire weekend. The idea shocked him, but as he listened to her explain how overwhelmed she felt, he realized she was not looking for attention. She simply wanted someone she trusted standing beside her when things became difficult. When Tyler asked why she had chosen him, Stella's answer stayed with him. She told him he was the only person who truly understood her. Around him, she never had to hide her feelings or pretend to be stronger than she was. Most importantly, she felt safe with him. Those words affected Tyler more deeply than he expected. After a moment of silence, he agreed to help her. Relief immediately appeared on Stella's face as they discussed the details of their plan. To everyone else, they would appear to be a happy couple for one weekend. It sounded simple, but Tyler could not ignore the strange feeling growing inside him. There had always been moments between them that felt different from ordinary friendship. As they packed for the trip and prepared to leave the next morning, neither of them realized that this fake relationship would soon reveal feelings they had been hiding for years and change their lives forever. The drive to the lake house was long and cold, with snow falling steadily across the highway. Tyler and Stella spent most of the journey talking about ordinary things, trying not to think about the weekend ahead. When they finally arrived, the main house was already crowded with relatives, laughter, and birthday decorations. Because every room was occupied, Stella's mother arranged for them to stay in a nearby guest house. The situation became even more awkward when they discovered that the only room available was a honeymoon suite with a single large bed. Both tried to laugh it off, but the reality of sharing such a space made them nervous. As they unpacked and prepared for dinner, Tyler noticed how beautiful Stella looked in the soft winter light. For the first time, pretending to be her boyfriend felt surprisingly natural. That evening, they joined the family celebration at the lake house. The warm glow of the fireplace, the smell of homemade food, and the cheerful noise of relatives filled every corner of the room. Stella slipped her hand into Tyler's as they entered, and everyone immediately noticed. Her parents welcomed them warmly while her aunts and cousins exchanged amused smiles. Throughout dinner, Tyler played his role perfectly. He remembered Stella's favorite foods, made her laugh whenever she looked nervous, and gently redirected conversations whenever relatives started asking uncomfortable questions. The more time they spent together, the more genuine everything felt. They were supposed to be acting, yet every smile, every touch, and every shared glance seemed real. Across the table, Brandon watched quietly, clearly realizing that something between them was changing. The next afternoon, the family gathered outside by the frozen lake for photographs. Fresh snow covered the ground, and the cold air turned every breath into a cloud of mist. While everyone arranged themselves for pictures, Brandon approached Stella and started a conversation. His words sounded harmless, but Tyler immediately noticed the way Stella's confidence faded. Brandon had always known how to make her doubt herself without appearing cruel. Seeing her discomfort stirred something deep inside Tyler. Without thinking about the consequences, he stepped forward, placed his hands gently on her face, and kissed her. For a brief moment, the world seemed to disappear. Stella froze in surprise, then kissed him back with equal feeling. Years of friendship, trust, and hidden emotions poured into that single moment. Around them, the family erupted into cheers and laughter. Later, Tyler and Stella slipped away to the old boathouse near the edge of the lake. The small wooden building was quiet except for the sound of winter wind brushing against its walls. Away from the crowd, they finally stopped pretending. Tyler admitted that the kiss had not been part of the plan. He confessed that his feelings for her had been growing for years, and that watching her with Brandon had always been difficult. Stella listened carefully before revealing that she had chosen him for more than convenience. Deep down, she had always wondered what life would be like if they were together. Standing there in the fading evening light, they realized the truth neither could deny. What began as a fake relationship had become real. 1 year later, at the same lake house, Tyler proposed beside the frozen water, and Stella happily accepted, beginning the next chapter of their lives together.